there, I'm Artistic Gamer 7 and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be sort of having a little mini vlog, but mainly talking about the new schedule that is at least going to be starting off for the beginning of 2022, depending on how long certain series last. Depends on like how the schedule will change as time goes on, but for the most part I don't think it will be changing for a bit, because I am starting a new series on one of the consoles, so that's probably going to take a bit, and legacy challenges tend to take a bit as well, so chances are it won't be for a few months before a new, like, bigger schedule change. As far as Create Sim and builds, I have it set up to where it's sort of generic, so yeah, anyway. Talking about my schedule, so I have tried to be a little bit more organized with things. Like, I have a whole bunch of little tiny notebooks over here, and I do use them a lot. I prefer physical notebooks than, like, having, like, a notepad or something like that. Don't get me wrong, I still have notes on, like, my phone, just because as, like, little reminders and things like that. But, for the most part, I like to keep stuff for my channel, like, in these notebooks as a way to keep up with them, and it fits better for me. But I also have, like, this, like, big, it's supposed to be a desk calendar, but I don't know what I'm going to, like, how I'm going to set up just yet, where I'm going to put it. Because me and my boyfriend are actually in the process of looking at houses. We've actually went and looked at some. We've got, like, all the lender stuff set up and everything, so the reality of potentially getting a house is much more of a thing and more likely happening hopefully sooner rather than later. It just depends on how if we can find a house, or like when we find a house, how quick we can be on it. Because the one house that we looked at, we hadn't had the lender information, like, completely set up, so we couldn't really do much to potentially get it ourselves. But when we were trying to talk about it, it was gone. And there was another one we were supposed to go look at, and it was gone before we can even look at it. And then there was one I looked up on the website that we're using, and literally I saw it one day, I sent it to him, and I was like, you know, this one's really close to work. I actually really like this one, and it's got an in-ground pool. Like, that's really nice, and the price is not bad at all. Literally went to check the next day, it was already pending, it was already gone. Like, it was so quick. So, trying to jump on a house that is what we want before it disappears, it seems to be the biggest issue. But anyway, that is sort of my little mini update, but it brings me to this calendar, which is gonna make me be, I actually am putting, like, what the series is supposed to be, and I put a little circle beside it, and if I have it ready to go for the channel, the little circle gets a check mark in it. So I have things, I'm planning things out a lot better and trying to keep up with things and be a little bit more organized this year. That is, like, one of my big goals, is to actually keep organized. And I even am, like, sort of semi-thinking about if there's ever a time that I miss a video, other for something that's, like, an unexpected thing that is out of my control. Like, the power goes out and we're waiting on the power company to turn it back on, or something that's like a funeral or something like that. Any of those type of things that come up unexpectedly and I don't have a video ready for, whatever. But if it's a situation where I just thought I had the video ready to go and then time passes and I didn't, and it didn't get uploaded, I was thinking about doing, like, little mini, like, dumping ice cold water on me or something, like little mini punishments, and then uploading them. I don't know about that, but, you know, we'll figure out that later. That will be after I would get in the new house also, so that'd be something to think about. Another thing about, if once I move into the new house, it probably will be a better situation to maybe stream, and I am thinking about starting streaming. I would like to do it, and I've tried it like 2 or 3 times before. I'm currently not in a good situation for streaming. I'm not gonna go into details, but, it just is not the best setup and best environment for streaming. So hopefully, I think once I get into a new place and stuff like that, that would be better, and I will also probably have a better setup for it and everything, because right now I literally have so much stuff crammed in this one room. So yeah, but anyway, hopefully that is a thing that'll happen. Let me know down in the comments below. I do have a Twitch, and that's where I was streaming. I don't know, I've heard a few people switching over to YouTube to stream now. I don't know what the differences are, because I've only really tried to stream on Twitch. I've watched streams on both, but I don't know which is better. But I would love to hear from y'all, so let me know down in the comments below. Do you prefer streaming? Like, if you've streamed yourself, do you prefer Twitch or YouTube? And if, when it comes to watching, is there one you prefer more than the other? If I am gonna legit, like, try to actually stream, I do want it to be the better option of the two, and I'm pretty sure, you know, you can't do both of them at the same time. Like, I know, like, a lot of people... And I feel like if I did do Twitch, I'd still probably upload the videos over onto a separate YouTube channel, like a lot of people that I know do. So that is like probably a big chance of what I would do, but I'd still like to hear from y'all. But anyway, let's talk about this schedule. So, you know, it would have helped if I actually grabbed the notebook that I have my schedule physically written in. Granted, I have this calendar right here, so that technically works too. I'm just stupid. Anyway. So I decided to grab my notebook anyway, so that I don't have to keep looking over there, and I could just look at least semi towards the camera. But anyway, eventually I will put a actual picture thing on the screen, so you'll start seeing that instead of my face anyway, so it really doesn't matter. But yeah, so I did make a, like, decision, and when it comes to most of the weeks, everything is going to stay the same every single week. Sundays is going to have 2 series alternating it, so one Sunday it's this series, and the next Sunday it's going to be a different series, and then Monday I have it alternating on how many videos it's on. But for the most part, the schedules are going to be the same every single week, so I will update it over on my YouTube, I will post it on my Twitter and my Instagram, and it will also be in this video, obviously, so you can always look back if you can't remember if there's a certain series that you're mainly watching. So, like, if you don't really care about the build series or my builds or whatever, and you're mainly watching the Legacy challenges, you can keep up when Female Gaming Legacy and Not So Berry come out, and so on and so forth. Or you could look on my YouTube information, or my Twitter, or my Instagram. Either way, whichever one floats your boat, there's multiple options for you to figure out what the schedule is. So, on to seeing, like, a little picture that I did, like, last year. So on Sundays, it will alternate in between a build and the United series. So one Sunday it will be a build. Currently it's the D&D Mansion that I eventually will put a little mini-series on. Now whenever I decide to do that mini-series, there's probably one day that's going to get, like, an extra video on it. I haven't decided that. I will definitely decide that before the Create a Sim series for my D&D characters and the mansion build is finished. So in, like, the last few episodes of both the cast and the build series, I will mention whatever day I choose to add it onto. Most likely, I feel Wednesday or Sunday. I don't know why, but that's most likely where I'd add it. If you would prefer one of those days over the other, I already have 2 videos on Friday and Saturday, so I don't want to add a video to them. But if there's a day that you think would do better, or, you know, out of Wednesday and Sunday, which one would you prefer? Feel free to let me know down in the comments. Anyway, back to talking to the schedule. So yeah, there will be a build one Sunday. The next Sunday will be the United series, which is an update series on my Forgotten and Eevee family series. And if you ever want to go back and watch those 2 series to sort of know what led up to that point, there should be a link to both of the playlists down in the description below, and it will also be in the links of the United series as well. So that is Sunday, and then Monday is the other one that has sort of an alternating thing, but not like a alternating between series, it's just alternating between the amount of videos. So on Mondays will be a cast video, and currently right now it is the D&D characters. Now every once in a while I add, like, a random cast thing here and there. I have, like, the adjective sims that I do and stuff like that. So sometimes I might throw a different cast series other than the D&D one, but right now it is just D&D. So, like, one Monday it will just be 1 D&D character video, and then the next Monday it would be 2, and then the Monday after that it will go back to 1. So it's alternating between how many. The cast videos are pretty short and pretty easy to do, but I don't want to have to put 2 videos every single Monday. So it's sort of just to give myself a little breather when it comes to every other week. When it comes to those. I just brought food. Oh, anyway. I wasn't expecting that, but I have food now. Anyway, Tuesdays are going to be Not So Berry, and that is pretty much the exact same, or it is the exact same as the old schedule for the most part. When it came to, I tried to take most of the old schedule and bring it into this new one, so there's not really much confusion if you got used to the old schedule. So for the most part, my schedule should try to follow similar patterns, just depends on certain series and things like that. But yeah, so Not So Berry is still on Tuesday. Wednesday is now going to be Fire Emblem Three Houses, because that was the one voted over on my Twitter to be the next console one. So that is what you can start expecting on Wednesdays. On Thursdays, it's going to be the Female Gaming Legacy Challenge, so that will be over on Thursdays. Fridays is going to be Not So Berry and Fire Emblem, so it's going to be a second episode of those two. On Saturdays, it's going to be the Female Gaming Legacy Challenge, and then a build, which currently is the D&D Mansion builds. So that is what the schedule should be following suit. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday will be the exact same every single week, unless there's like special occasions, like I need to put a vlog somewhere. Most likely vlogs will be put on Sundays, and I'll just bump, like let's say it was the week for the United, I'll bump that back to the next week, but I will mention that in my vlog, if I do something like that. Also, I still really want to bring back the monthly collabs. I think at this point I am going to wait until, like, I get my whole moving situation figured out, because it is potentially looking like it could be sooner rather than later, or at least, you know, pretty early on in the year that situation happens, and I don't want to have the stress of moving and things like that interrupt a monthly collab, so therefore I don't want to get it started for like a month or two and then just have to abandon it again for a bit, because I obviously would put some of the other stuff ahead of schedule, since a lot of that, like the monthly collabs, I can't really pre-record, versus the other stuff I can pre-record. If I know something's coming up, I can pre-record. I mean, I do pre-record a lot of it as of right now, just because it works best for my schedule, and like for the most part my comments, I do get comments, but for the most part, you know, they affect stuff either way later on, or, you know, they're just commenting on something that happened in the video. If it ever got to a point that I started getting a lot more comments where they were like, you should do this, or you should do this, or I think you should change this Sim's hair, or something like that, I'd probably start trying to not pre-record so far in ahead, which I don't really pre-record too far in ahead in all reality, but still, anyway, get what I'm saying, hopefully, anyway. But if I do know a situation is coming up where I'm probably going to be busy for a week or two, then I could pre-record and pre-edit a lot of stuff ahead of time, versus the monthly collab I can't really do, and a lot of times I try to stay connected to the people in the monthly collab, so I just don't want to do that when there's potentially a situation that will cause me not to be as connected, and to potentially have issues with recording it and things like that. But I still do want to try to bring them back, hopefully, so let me know your thoughts in the comments below if you'd be excited to see those come back eventually. Most likely those will be towards the middle of the year when those do come back, after I get things all situated and figured out and all that good stuff. So yeah, but that is the new schedule and sort of a mini little update. I hope you are looking forward to things to come on the channel and looking forward to watching the series play out and stuff like that. I'm having loads of fun with the Female Gaming Legacy and Not So Berry. I'm looking forward to playing Fire Emblem Three Houses again. Yes, I have played it once, so I do sort of know some of the things, but I'm not going to pick the same house or slash same path, so it's going to be a different house and path for me, so yeah. But yeah, I hope you're looking forward to that stuff. Let me know down in the comments below if there's one particular series that you've been enjoying a lot, or you're looking forward to seeing more of, or just seeing in general. would love to hear from y'all down in the comments below. But for now, I will be ending this video. Again, you can always check my info on YouTube, my Instagram, and my Twitter for the new schedule. So if you're trying to figure out when a certain video will go up, they will be over there. The times will also be included, because I sort of forgot to mention those, but those are going to be the same as they were previously. So 4:30, pretty much every single video, every day we'll have a video out at 4:30. The days that have 2 videos, the second video will come out at 5:30. And that's Eastern Standard Time in the USA, so however that translates over to wherever you're at. I know like USA has like 4 or 5 different time zones. So yeah, and then there's the rest of the world that has multitude of time zones. So yeah, translating that into your time zone to help you figure out when that is. I found that 4:30 and 5:30 work the best for me without getting it out too late for a lot of people. Obviously, you know, you can just watch it on another day, and I feel like a lot of my comments come from the day after I upload stuff, so there's that. But anyway, thank you so much for watching the video. Thank you for being a part of this channel and watching how things go and tuning in and stuff. I'll hopefully see you in the next video of whatever that may be, or whatever series that you're watching. But until then, bye bye!